So if you've been going through a rough patch, I've been going through a rough patch in a bit, but I've heard this story that really helped me feel better, and maybe it can help you feel better. So just stick around. And it's not really a story; it's more of an experiment. But I'll tell you to make a long story short. There's these rats that, in this experiment, you drown, and if you were to drown these rats in like a bucket, they would drown within minutes. Now, if you were to save a rat right before when they were to drown and then put him back in, the study showed that these rats that were saved would survive days. Often enough, or in most cases, they would survive days. And it's crazy to think that with some hope, these rats were able to survive an order of magnitude longer, or orders of magnitude longer. And it had me really thinking, because this isn't really an experiment about failure, right? Because eventually they're going to give out, but it's more about mindset. I think oftentimes we don't think we're capable of accomplishing hard tasks. We don't think we can survive long enough until someone can help us, someone can save us. We give up too early. And I think that's kind of the lesson that these rats have taught me. And I think when we think that we can't accomplish the goal, like surviving, like these at the initial state, these rats that just gave up and drowned within minutes, they had more in them. They just became hopeless, and that's why you have to give yourself hope. And you don't. I think in a way these rats are very representative of us. Like, when the rats that survive for minutes and they drown, those guys are like when when you're about to win a prize, and instead of winning the best prize, you get like the second best prize, and you sabotage the whole thing and you end up not getting anything. And it's kind of that situation, right? Like when you're about to win a race and someone just cuts in front of you, and you're so upset that you're not going to win first place that you just throw kind of a tantrum, and you don't even win third place, you win like fifth place. That kind of self-sabotage. I think it comes from the same mentality where you feel like you can't survive, you feel like the work would be meaningless, so you just give up and drown. Versus the other rats that felt what hope and escape feels like, they're going to cling on to that. They know what it's worth. They know that it's worth so much to survive. And they know that it's possible. In their mind, it's possible. Regardless if they can accomplish it within their action, to those rats, the fact that it's even slim, the fact that the possibility is so slim but it can happen, is enough for them to work their body past exhaustion for days, swimming in that puddle. And I think that's how we got to be. I think we have to feel the hope, feel the motivation to really push past our limits, survive for those days and not the minutes. You need to survive for days, and it's gonna feel brutal, and it may be tiring, just like those rats. But I think if you push through, there will be somebody to, or not. The somebody could be yourself, right? People forget that when you're waiting for someone to save you from drowning, that somebody can be yourself, the future you that have, acquired a new skill that fixes everything. That's you. You can be the one to save yourself. So just remember that. I think this kind of experiment, if you look it up, it's actually very fascinating. But this experiment really gave me a lot of hope, a lot of strength, and I just want to share it with you guys. Thank you.